Got a 2017 Toyota Sienna front wheel drive, 3.5. Today's video, I'm gonna show you how to replace your two front struts. I buy the complete strut assembly, so I don't have to break down taking the spring out and getting a spring compressor or anything like that, okay? It's not a hard process. Very little tools are gonna be needed. Tools you're gonna need: jack, PB blaster, hammer, punch, 22mm wrench, pry bars, small flat blade screwdriver, 3/8 ratchet and extension, torque wrench, optional impact gun if you have. If not, just use a breaker bar, 1/2-inch drive, whatever you got. This helps, but absolutely not needed. Camber caster, wheel alignment tool. That's just to get it close to zero, so when you take it to the alignment shop, you don't destroy your tires. You need a 22mm socket, 21, 17, 15, 14. Then again, you're gonna need 3/8 drive. You're gonna need a 10, a 12, 14, and a 15. That's the only tools you're gonna need besides the parts, which, like I said, is Monroe. Part number 173094 and 173095. Two different part numbers because one's for the left side, one's for the right side. First thing you want to do is come to both sides of your windshield. Here's your cowl right here. We got to take this panel off right here. To do that, we're going to take this off right here. This has two clips in here, one here, one here. You're just going to take it with your hand like so, get it working behind it, and pry it up. Boom. You don't have to take it out completely, you're just going to leave it hanging here like so. This is what it looks like from the back side. One clip here, one clip here. And we're just going to let it sit there. Here's another view of it. Just pop it up. There you go. Okay, this is attached right here. Next thing you're gonna do, pop your brake reservoir cover off, like so. Set that aside. Gonna get some painter's tape. Take a little piece. We're gonna mark exactly where the wiper blade is, so we can put it back in the same exact spot. Just under the wiper arm. One for the passenger, one for the driver's side. It's not needed, but I like showing people the easy and best way to do things. So we know it's right underneath, over the wiper arm. You get yourself a small flat blade screwdriver. You gotta come to where the nut are, behind the two arms. You gotta get it underneath, pry it up, pop off your cover, okay? Do that for both arms. You can get yourself a 14mm socket, deep. Get yourself 3/8 ratchet. Take the two nuts off. You're gonna grab your arm, rock it up and down, and pry up, okay? You're gonna pop it out like so. It is spring loaded, so it's gonna have that drop. Put these aside. Now if you look right here where my finger is, you have a one clip here, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more back here, 6. These clips, you just press them in and push it up, okay? Press it in and push it up. That's how you're gonna unlock this whole panel. There's no bolts or nothing like that. It's just these clips. There's one. There's 2. That one's already out. This one's already out. That one's already out. That one already came out. Now that we have everything off, we're gonna gently pry up and towards you to take the wiper cowl off, okay? Boom. That comes right off. Simple. Now the reason why we had to take all this off is because there's the top of your shock tower. Here's your wiper transmission. And right behind that is another shock tower. So this is the next thing to come out. It's the wiper transmission. You got one bolt here, one wire connector here, one bolt here, one bolt on top back there. These are 10mm nuts, bolts. There's the one bolt for the clip, little screwdriver. Maybe you can do it with your hands. Press the tab down and pull it out like so. I'm gonna show you, there's a clip right here. It's a brace, and then there's a rubber dampener right here. So to get the transmission out, we have to push it to the right to clear the kip, and then up towards you. So we're gonna grab it here and here, push it to the right, and out she comes. There's the top of the shock tower right there. As a mechanic, as the owner of a car, you take this off and you see all this in here, all these leaves, dead branches, twigs. Take it out, give it a good cleaning. Because when this sits in here, water gets in there and it stays wet, the leaves stay wet, and it soaks up in here and starts rotting your car out where it's not even in view, okay? We have a drain here that was probably clogged with all the twigs, so clean it up. Now we're done with the top. We cleaned everything out. Now it's on to pulling the wheels. Get your 21mm socket and bang them out. Set that aside, pop your wheel off. Now that we have the wheel off, we're gonna come right here. We're gonna remove the bracket that holds onto the brake hose and the ABS sensor, okay? So we don't want that getting damaged in any way, and is attached to the strut assembly itself. So 12mm socket. So set it aside. You can see the brake hose came off. We're gonna move that out the way. This is a little bracket here that holds the ABS sensor. We're gonna move it out of the way. And then right here is another bracket that just pops right out. Like so. We're just gonna let that hang, do its own thing, keep it out of the way. We have one bolt here, one bolt here that holds the strut to the hub assembly. We have one bolt here that goes to the sway bar link, okay? Sometimes these are a pain. Hopefully this one is not. As you can see, there's a lot of rust on here, so I'm gonna hit it with some WD-40, PB Blaster, whatever you have on hand. I recommend PB Blaster. It works way better than WD-40. Here's your PB Blaster. Front and back. Here, 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 down there. I'll give that a little time to work its magic. This is a 17mm nut. Hopefully we don't have to use the torque bit that's inside of the stud. Hopefully the gun just pops it right out. Okay, now that we have a little gap here, I'm gonna get a vice grip and put it on here and keep the stud from spinning. So I'm gonna lock it down with the vice grip and hit it again with the gun. There's always more than one way to get into the same outcome. If this was your case and you didn't get no room behind here, you're gonna get a 17mm nut and you're gonna get a hex in here to fit, and you're gonna hold it with a wrench, hold the stud with right here with the hex, and back it off with the wrench. Makes it a lot more harder, but it's still doable. Lock this thing down super tight. Try it again. Got it up. Might have to get the jack underneath the frame just to lift it up to get that out because it dropped down. This tool is not absolutely necessary because once you take out these struts, you got to take it to a alignment shop immediately. So to save the customer any headaches or damage to his wheels, we're going to put our camber gauge on here, okay? It's a little leveling gauge, simple to use. I'm gonna show you how to use it right now. This piece on the gauge is magnetic. We're gonna put it right here. We're gonna leave it in that position. We're gonna make sure this bubble right here is level. Which, oh, too much. We want this level, like so. Down here is an adjustment tool, an adjustment knob. We're gonna make this bubble go to 0, and we're not gonna touch it again. We want that line to split that bubble in half, just like so. We got our camber gauge on the rotor. We're gonna take these 2 bolts out here, the nuts being on the right side. These are 22 millimeter nuts with a 22 millimeter wrench. One. Take a hammer. Tap your bolts out. You might have to get a jack under there, lift it up a little bit to relieve some of that pressure. You might need a punch. Stick the punch in there and tap it out. When we take it out, be prepared for the axle and your hub to come towards you. You don't want it to come out. We're gonna get a jack underneath to jack it up some, so we don't have to worry about the axle slipping out of the tranny. As you can see, I wasn't recording the video, but basically you just press the strut inward and everything's gonna wanna go wonky on you. I still have the damn end link, couldn't get it out. But once I get the 3 bolts on top, the whole strut's gonna come out and I'll get this piece out. Nothing is pinched. You can see you can move it. The only reason it's cocked is because of the sway bar end link. I didn't take that out. Now that we're on top, we're gonna get a 14 millimeter socket and ratchet, 3 bolts. Now be ready when you do this for that strut to drop out. So I'm gonna have to get it loose, leave 1 bolt on there and go underneath and hold it with 1 hand and then back this last one off. If you have an extra hand, someone could come by and hold the bottom for you while you work on the last nut. That will help big time. It's being held up still by this stupid end link. Knock that out. You can see the end link fell out. We're gonna lower it down. Take out the strut. So the part number is 173095. That's the one that is equal with the OEM. I like Monroe parts, so that's what's going back in. You're gonna make sure your tabs line up on the same side as your bolts on this side. As you can see, the tab is on toward me, tab is toward me. So always double check before you put anything in and cause hell on yourself. Now from the bottom, we're gonna line up the strut in the correct orientation. It comes with these 2 new ones, but one of the ones that comes off is a special nut that goes back on it. So you're gonna replace it with these 2 new ones, and the other one I'll show you when I get it on. So now it would help if you had an extra set of hands to lift it up so you could get 1 nut started to hold it into place in the meantime. But I'm solo, so we're gonna do it however we can get it done the best. Get any bolt you can started. In my case, I'm gonna get them all in there. Got a couple threads in all the bolts. You see them there. This is the special one that you gotta reuse. Okay, the other 2 are simple bolts. You try to get these bolts going through. Like I said, be careful you don't damage any of your hoses or ABS sensors. You may have to jack up the thing just a little to get that bolt in. So, there you go. 1 bolt. 2 bolts. Got the 2 bolts in. Gotta get the 2 nuts on. Now here's where the camber gauge matters, because we're gonna have to press either in on the strut or out when we tighten it up so we can get it back to 0. Maybe a little more. So as I tighten it, I'm gonna watch it and pull or push until I get it locked in place. I'll show you what I got. Zoom in. You see that bubble is on the 0 mark. That's as close as what I can get. We're gonna secure our ABS sensor. This clip right here. Just press it in and you hear a click. And there you go. The ABS hose, put it underneath. Line up that bolt. We're gonna take this bracket. It has a little clip on the side. Goes into the hole on the strut. And you line everything up as one. 12 millimeter. You don't want to break this bolt. Snug. With nothing crazy. Okay. Nice secure. The hose is secure. Top hose, bottom hose. The 2 new nuts are 15s. So we're going to tighten these up. The original one is still a 14. I'm going to get out my torque wrench. I'm going to torque all these bolts on top first. These top hat bolts get torqued down to 3 foot-pounds. The lower hub bolts get torqued down to 76 foot-pounds. Almost done here. We still got to get this upper tie rod end link in position. I had to get a big pry bar on top of it, like so, and pry up on the spring perch, pushing it down to align that bolt to come through the hole. I thought I was gonna have an issue with threading this nut on. All I did was hit it with the socket. Like I said, this thing was at an angle and it pulled it right in, locked it right up. So that's how you change the driver's side. I'm gonna go to the other side. It's the same exact deal, process, everything's the same. I'm gonna swap that out. Then I'm gonna button up the top, which I'll show you how to do again. Like so. Catch the little rubber. We'll go from the right and slide it into the left into position, which lines up all your holes. You're gonna take your electrical harness, plug it back in. You're gonna take your 3 bolts, tighten them up. Okay. Next thing we'll do is get the cover. I'm gonna take the cover. Just like so. There's a little lip up here that has to go under the glass, and then the rubber goes over the glass. The tabs that were running along, I'm going to press them back down in, flush. Line it up. Press it in. Do the same for the right side. Take your cover for your brake reservoir. Pop it in. Nice solid. Get the arms. We're going to put the arms on next. Start with the driver's side. Line up your hole. Press it in. Take your nut, put it on. Make sure the blade lines up with where you started. Take your plastic piece, locate it, send it home. So it looks like when it's all buttoned up, arms back in place, same with position they came off. That's the rubber trim that goes over the glass, and there's another one underneath that goes under, like a sandwich. Corner pieces back in place. We're gonna close it up, take it for a road drive, and take it to the lineman shop. And that's how you do the front struts on a 2017 front wheel drive Toyota Sienna. Questions, comment, leave them below. I get back to everyone. Hope that video helped you. If it did, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, spread the word. The more the merrier. Take care, fellas. Peace.